Broadcasting from Cincinnati, you're listening to the Ringside Reporter podcast. All the news from the world of boxing right here.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
Now, here's your host, Eric Lorda.
And we are live. Welcome to the Ringside Reporter Show, where we talk about the latest boxing news. If it's related to boxing, we'll talk about it here. My name is Eric Lorta, and I'm here with my co-host, Joe Habib.
From Boston.
It's got to be my favorite sound effect in the entire world. I love it. I love it. All right, guys, if you want to call and ask some questions, you can call in right now, 323-870-3857, and we'll be here till probably about 8 o'clock tonight. There's not much going on. Tonight, we're going to talk about Teofimo Lopez. He's feuding with Top Rank and what this means for him. But first, we're going to get right into it, man. Beeb, I think the fight on DAZN yesterday might have been the fight of the century. Let's talk about it here. Canelo Alvarez versus Avni Yildirim for the WBC and WBA super middleweight titles. I expected this to be close, but hey, I was wrong. What do I know? Canelo Alvarez absolutely steamrolled a 60-1 underdog known as Avni Yildirim. Yildirim quit on his stool at the end of the third round. I believe he quit. He wasn't really answering his corner.
I don't think he quit. I think his corner stopped it.
I think he might have. I think there might have been a little bit of both in there. And I'll tell you why. Because when he sat down at the end of that third round, didn't Diaz look at him and say, "Hey, look, you got to do something. You got to show me something here. You got to do something this next round." His response to that whole thing, he was looking up at the rafters, son. He wasn't even looking at his trainer. So, look, man. I mean,
yeah,
whether he did it by omission or he just did it, the
body language suggested that he didn't want anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You know how I am. You know how I am with this quit stuff. I like to give these fighters the benefit of the doubt.
Well, listen, man. I mean, what would you have done? You're sitting there getting pounded by Canelo like that. I mean, I don't think any less of him.
Taxi.
I mean, I don't think any less of him. I mean, I'm just telling you what happened. I mean, but I don't think any less of the guy. I mean, listen. He landed 11 punches in the fight. He got hurt multiple times. He looked like he didn't want to be there after the first time he got hit. You could tell he didn't want to have anything to do with this fight. He had no offense. He had no defense. Nothing, man. I would have rather watched Canelo hit the heavy bag for 3 rounds. That's basically what he did. Am I wrong here? I mean, that's basically what he did. He hit the heavy bag for 3 rounds.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
So we talked about Chavez and we talked about Sugar Ray Robinson back in the day when they would be champion, but then they would have those in-between fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing wrong with having those in-between fights, but what?
Nothing.
Because again, it's good to have stay busy fights. You don't want to go out there and fight the iron, fight after fight after fight. Sometimes you need a break. We get that,
this.
right?
100%.
But here's the problem. The sanctioning bodies put these guys in and give them title shots. That's
right where I was going with this. Yeah.
Now, if Canelo wanted to have like a stay busy fight with this guy, that's fine.
No problem with that.
But don't make it a title fight. Don't make this guy the mandatory, because then you lose credibility as the sanctioning body by doing that.
I had to look up who sanctioned this nonsense.
WBC.
WBC sanctioned this fight and made Avni Yildirim the mandatory for Canelo. So they should take Mauricio Suleiman out back and just beat the snot out of him for that decision.
So again, it's no problem Canelo fighting this guy because again he's going to be fighting Billy Joe Saunders in May. So It's not like problem. It's not like he's got a full schedule set ahead with Yildirim's on it for the next friggin' 3 years. We get that. That's fine. But don't make it a mandatory slot. Don't make it a mandatory title shot. Don't frame it that way. And because that's what makes fans upset.
And Notorious hit it on the head here. We know anybody that didn't fight in 2 years became a mandatory. I mean, what strings did you pull here? I mean, like, for what does that say about your organization? This was the guy that we're going to put up against our champion because he's our second best in our whole organization.
They should just bring back non-title fights so champions can stay busy in the inter. So you know what I mean? If they want to have a tune-up fight or a stay busy fight, then just have non-title fights.
Ridiculous.
Don't do what they did yesterday and hurt the credibility of the sanctioning body and hurt the credibility of the sport, because people are going to look at that. And with all due respect to Yildirim, okay, he tried, did what he could do, but he's not and should not be a mandatory challenger for a world title.
He's not on that level, man. I mean, he's not.
He's just not.
But you know what? They can't do a non-title fight, B, because then WBC wouldn't get paid. And then they wouldn't have all the money to make all these stupid little belts they make, these little trinkets that they pass out for no real reason to Logan Paul and everybody else, And
I think the sanctioning bodies,
ridiculous.
I think the sanctioning bodies maybe do rank these guys just to give their champions an easy fight every now and then. But it should not be for a title.
No.
It just shouldn't.
No. It's ridiculous, I'd rather see them fight Mauricio Suleiman yesterday than Canelo. I tell you what, I mean, it's ridiculous.
I mean, the skill gap was insane. It was just insane.
Listen, it was like watching the NFL team play a low-level college team or even a high-level college. It doesn't matter. They blow them out. There's nothing to be gained by that fight yesterday. And listen, it's a stay busy fight for Canelo. I get that. I don't blame Canelo at all. The other guy I don't blame, Yildirim. I don't blame him at all. He was completely outmatched. He's completely outgunned in there. I don't blame him. I blame the idiot who sanctioned this and said, hey, this is the guy. I mean, come on. Well, there's no reason to sanction this, and there's no reason to try to fool everybody saying this is the guy, that this is the mandatory. It's not. Come on. That's just dumb.
Well, we got Billy Joe Saunders coming up in May. I have no problem with that one.
That's a good fight. I think that's a really good fight, man. A lot of people sleeping on Billy Joe Saunders. And a lot of people think it's just going to be a one-sided blowout, which it may be. Man. But I tell you what, I've seen Billy Joe Saunders make really good guys look ordinary. He's that good. And I want to see how Canelo deals with it, because we know he can deal with pressure. Number one, can he deal with Canelo's pressure? What happens when he gets hit? What happens when Canelo gets frustrated? We've seen it with Erislandy Lara. What happens when Canelo gets frustrated? We don't know. And this is the guy that can do it. This is the guy. They always say Canelo's not the guy in the gym that gives you nightmares. Billy Joe Saunders is the guy that gives you nightmares because you can't put hands on him. And he can do whatever he wants, and he's that good defensively. Now, you'd mentioned you thought he was slipping a little bit. Saunders had slipped a little bit.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and that may be, man. That may be. But I tell you what, man, I think it's a really interesting fight. It's a really interesting fight. And it might play out like this one. Who knows? But I'd much rather see that than I would, And again, the Yildirim fight again, man. We knew what was good. The guy's what was 60-1 underdog or something crazy like that.
50-1 underdog. Yeah.
Come on, man. You knew what was going to happen. There ain't no way. So we all knew what was going to happen. That guy looked scared to death in there, but. Again, my issue, and I think your issue too, is I don't think you have a problem with Yildirim. I think you have a problem with the sanctioning body saying he's the mandatory.
I do.
I've seen quite a few people on social media calling for another fight with Triple G and Canelo. This blows and like big guys too, like the guys that we know, like the ring guys and everything, the magazine guys and everything like that. And, I've seen like a lot of writers calling for this, Steve Kim put out a poll. Who do you want to see next? And Triple G got like 31%. And
I don't care if I see it.
Listen, man. The logic is that the first two fights were competitive. Listen, I don't care. Did you see Triple G lately? Have you seen him lately? You know what I mean? You tell me that's the same guy that fought Canelo the second time or the first time. The guy that fought him the first time wasn't even the same guy the second time. That's just a whitewash. Why do we want to see that? He's on the downslide, man. He's on the downhill. I thought he got beaten that one fight, by that, what was it, that Russian guy he fought? I thought he beat him. I thought that guy beat him. Derevyanchenko. That's right. Derevyanchenko.
I thought Derevyanchenko beat him.
Yeah. It's not a good fight.
I had that fight 116 to 112 for Derevyanchenko. I didn't think it was close.
No.
I didn't think it was close at all.
Dwayne M wants to know if do we think that Demetrius Andrade will get his shot after Billy Joe, or in the words of Robbie, should he find something else to do? See, I don't think so. I mean,
go fucking find something else to do.
Go find something else to do.
Love.
I think that Plant or Benavidez is going to be next. That's what I think. After Saunders, that's the fight I think is going to happen next. I think Andrade, he poses a real problem for anybody that gets in there. He's like he's a tough one to solve, and whether he wins or not, you don't know which one's going to show up. I get that, but he's a tough one to solve, man. That's a good one. A lot of people saying Centurion saying Triple G is better than Yildirim. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess he is right now. Yeah, I guess he is.
No, he's better than Yildirim. There's no guessing about that.
Listen, man, you've seen him fight. You tell me he's on the slide, man.
You're being a little hard now.
You tell me he's not on the slide. You tell me he's not on the slide.
Yeah, he's on the slide, but he's on the slide. But Yildirim's
full speed on that slide, son.
But
you put Yildirim against a guy his own talent, and it'll be all right.
Yildirim's underneath the slide. You know how there's sand at the bottom of the slide? He's buried underneath the slide.
He's buried in the sand.
With all due respect.
With all due respect to Yildirim, he's buried in the sand.
This is horrible. This is so bad. This is so bad. I'm gonna get. Oh my god, so bad.
Wow, that was cold-blooded, Beeb. Man,
it's not like me. I'm going to hell. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I mean, overall, as far as that Canelo fight went, if you guys didn't catch the Canelo fight, don't worry about it. You didn't miss much. You could just go YouTube some video of Canelo hitting a body bag, and that's what it was.
Beeb, what do you think of Canelo saying he doesn't want to fight Mexicans? Well, what does that mean? Like Mexican, like, so he won't ever fight David Benavidez? Because like David Benavidez is a Mexican American.
Oh yeah, he'll fight David. He'll fight a Mexican American. He won't fight a solid Mexican though. Yeah. I know what he's talking about. He don't want to fight his own people. I get it. He wants all the Mexicans. He if there was another Mexican champion or whatever, he'd be on, like Ryan Garcia. He's on his side, and Ryan Garcia is also 30 pounds lighter. But the thing is, like I said, he's I get where he's coming from. I get where he's coming from. I don't have.
I like what he said. I like what another thing he said. He said, he goes, I don't fight for for Mexico. He goes, I fight for all Latinos. There
it is.
I like that. I got pumped up.
He's one of us. That's what we do.
He's
one
of us.
That's what we do, Beeb. He's one of us. He's the Lebanese Mexican all of a sudden.
I got the sombrero. Every now and then, like once in a while, I'll adopt my UK heritage, and then I'll just switch to my Mexican heritage.
Switch to your Mexican heritage. JC wants to know what we thought of Canelo's entrance. I got to be honest with you, I didn't watch it. I watched the fight on delay, so I just started with the actual fight. Yeah. I got home, I think it was like close to 11 or whatever, and I was like, this is awesome. I'll be able to watch the fight from the start. I turned it on, I see the guys talking or whatever, and I'm trying to fast forward. I'm like, and I saw a picture of Canelo talking, and I'm like, is this fight over? I was like, you'd be kidding me. Did DAZN even did they get an interview with Canelo?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. I didn't even see that either, but I knew he was fighting Billy Joe Saunders next, so quite honestly, I didn't really care less.
I've never seen Canelo like this happy, this late. Like when he was with Golden Boy, like he just wasn't like he's smiling and stuff. Like this is a beautiful weight class for him, 168. Yeah. And I just think he's so happy. Dude. He's like really like I've just never seen him this happy like this.
How happy would you be a Golden Boy? You got a guy over there chasing you around with kitchen utensils. What do you think is going to happen?
No, but he's hugging everybody. He's always smiling. I mean, I don't know.
Weight lifted off him. He never knows when he's going to go in Oscar's office, and he's going to be dressed in fishnets, talking about "I like you" and everything like that. You don't know. You don't know, Beeb.
Yeah, we don't have that stuff. We don't have that stuff here at Beeb Industries, man.
We don't have that stuff in here, Titletown, either. I'll tell you that. None of that stuff goes on here.
Here at Beeb Industries, a.k.a. Ringside Reporter Incorporated, we don't have We have a strict human resources department, Ed. We will not tolerate any of that stuff.
Any of what?
What you just described.
I don't know what I described. What did I describe, babe?
I'm not going to even say it. That's beneath me to even utter that.
That's beneath you.
To even utter those words.
The guy who talks about tag teaming chicks and everything like that, asking questions like that.
Come on.
You did. That's what you asked. Did you ask if there's any honey dips in the room? Any sniggling any honey dips up in that room?
Kid's 18. Kid's 18 years old. You know he's slapping skins. Come on.
Slapping skins. What's the matter with you? I don't. All right. On the undercard of that show on DAZN, they had Abraham Rodriguez versus McWilliams Arroyo for the WBC flyweight title interim because the WBC champ Julio Cesar Martinez apparently pulled out just days before his fight with Arroyo with an injury. So Abraham Rodriguez stepped in and then stepped out against McWilliams Arroyo via 5th round TKO. Arroyo is now the interim flyweight champ. Listen, man, I like Arroyo. I wish he would have got a shot at the real champ, but I'm happy for him. I can't say anything, man. I'm happy for him.
Yeah,
I like him.
Can't be upset about it.
No, he's a good guy. I like him. Something about him. All right, now we're going to go to the PBC on Fox. You know what really bugs me about this is I was so jazzed for this weekend because we had the fights on, we got DAZN, we got PBC, and they were all like, I don't know, like
squash matches.
I mean, if I could have watched something else, I probably would have. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even like after I was done watching them, I'm like, man, it was like, X amount of time I could never get back. It's like, I don't know. This wasn't worth watching.
You could never get that back.
No, could never get that time back again. So the headliner for the PBC on Fox, Anthony Durrell versus Kyron Davis. Durrell and Davis fought to a draw. Scores were 115-113 for Davis, 115-113 for Durrell, and drum roll 114-114. Honestly, this wasn't the best fight for me, man. I thought both guys were, I don't know. There was nobody really took big chances in this fight. Nobody really took a chance to try to swing it. Nobody really, I don't know. I did think that through the fight that Durrell was controlling the action a little bit more. I thought that Kyron was kind of playing defense, waiting to pick his shots and everything, and I guess that's it's kind of his game, I guess. But I probably would have given the nod to Durrell. That being said, I mean,
yeah, I think maybe Durrell maybe edged it 115-113, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it a robbery. I wouldn't, Andre said it was a typical Durrell fight. Yeah, well, it kind of was. But is it just me, or does he look like he's on the slope as well, man?
Yeah, he has been looking like he's on the slope, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, he does look like he's on the slide a little bit. So I'll be, I mean, obviously he's got fights left in him. I'm not going to be harsh like Robbie tells him to take the train or whatever. But I just think that he's got some fights left in him, but I don't think he's got a title left in him. Put it that way.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Notorious VC. He said the all-women pay-per-view is this week, right? Excited to hear Eric preview. You will absolutely get to hear me preview that. No question about it. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to give it a chance. And you guys are going to be surprised at what I have to say. And Beeb, that includes you too. Because you've accused me on many occasions on this show of being a sexist pig. Not in those words. Not in that. My wife tells me that in those words. But you're a little bit more subtle about it, So, but I'll tell you what I think about that in just a little bit here. Jesus Ramos versus Emil Boroquez. 19-year-old Jesus Ramos beats Boroquez by a 2nd round TKO. That's what he did. Anything to add here, Beeb? I mean, this guy was set up like nobody's business. I don't know. I mean,
a lot of people don't like when I say this, but this is the thing over at PBC. They have no incentive to fight tough opponents because they're getting paid very well to not fight tough opponents. So this is why a lot of the fighters over there fight who they fight. And you could say, and I'm not just talking about the up and coming guys. Like the guy Durrell fought yesterday was a good fighter.
Yeah.
He was a solid fighter, but not everyone over there takes those types of fights. They get a list of opponents, and if you give someone a list of opponents, right, and you put like two very good fighters on that list, and you put like an okay fighter on that list, who do you think they're going to choose?
And you offer the same amount of money for
same amount of money for all three.
You know,
who do you think they're going to choose? So this is why on these cards you have a lot of squash matches.
Yeah.
Every once in a while we will get a Porter versus Spence. We will get a Garcia versus Spence, but not always. Those fights are far and few between over at PBC.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. Centurion Son is asking what I think of Akin Barak commentary and what I think of the outfits that Akin Barak wore yesterday. Akin Barak suck. I've said this before. They should go play dress up somewhere else, man. This ain't the game for them. And you know what? I wish they would come to my place. So you know how they showed up with? Didn't they show up with Teofimo somewhere or Zab Judah somewhere? You know how they take fighters and show up somewhere with them. Please show up. That's all I got to say. Please show up.
Take it easy, kid.
I'm not going to answer the door because there's two of them, and I was only one guy. What am I going to do,
You're getting up there, kid, all right? You can't throw like you used to. Take it easy.
That's why I'm not answering the door, Beeb. I'm calling the cops. That's what I do.
This will be you. Ready? Watch. Hey, what's going on, Ak? How you doing, Barak?
Oh, Akin Barak. Oh,
hey,
my God.
You want a cup of coffee?
I can't believe it.
You want a cup of
coffee?
Come
on, guys. No, come on.
Want a Diet Pepsi? What do you want? Come
Where'd
on
you get that jacket? Let me try that on. Oh, this is awesome. 100% that's me when Akin Barak show up. I totally queen out. Watch. Can I get your autograph? Let me get a selfie with you. Totally me. Well, you saw me when I met Floyd Mayweather. I'm not the biggest Mayweather fan. I completely queened out like a 14-year-old girl when I met him. Oh my God, it's Floyd. That's what I do. Nothing I can do now. Nothing I can do. All right. Vito Milnecki, friend of the show, Beeb. Friend of the show. Hey, really do we got the good luck or what? He's come on here twice. He's won twice.
Should get him back.
We should.
He's not training with Joe Goosen anymore?
No. So he scored a third-round knockout over Noe Lopez. I thought he looked good. And every time we see this guy, he looks better and better. And I think he's very patient. He finds openings. But he's not patient where he's waiting like Brawner, just waiting for counters. He's patient setting up stuff.
Goes to the body. Great head movement.
Oh, man, he's really good, man.
Works off the jab. So why isn't he with Goosen anymore? What happened? All
right, so from what I understand, that it sounds like, let me tell you that, how embarrassing this was, because we had him on the show last week, and let me tell you what crack reporters we are. We had no idea he split from Goosen, so I mean, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, but nobody knew.
I knew. I wanted to keep it under wraps. You know what? I wanted to see what kind of reporter you got, what kind of chops you got, and you know what? You failed.
So why did Goosen leave?
Goosen didn't leave. He left. Goosen's stationed in like California, right?
Okay, yeah.
And he's in Jersey. Vito's in Jersey. So it sounded, the way, just from what they were saying, it sounded like a case of being like homesick. The kid's 18. He's out there in California where he doesn't know anybody. He's got no family out there, and he's just more comfortable in his home.
Can I say something?
I tell you what.
I don't blame him, because I was out in California and I could not stay there full time.
Why?
Just could.
Why?
It's just not my scene, bro. I'm
not your scene.
It's not my scene, bro.
You're not rolling in the scene. What does that even mean?
I'm from Brick City out here, baby. I can't go out there with palm trees every day and
who loves beautiful weather?
People coming up, people calling me dude every 5 minutes. That's just not who I am. It's not who I am, baby.
Calling everybody bra,
Nothing better than waking up on a February morning and shoveling that snow and fucking turning on that automatic car starter.
Yeah.
Swearing all the way to the door. as you're walking out the door all the way to the car. I was like, fucking freezing my fucking ass off. I mean, you need that. Makes you appreciate life more.
Yeah, going to the beach every day in December must really suck, you know. Yeah, let me hear it. I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, but that's what it sounded like. And I mean, like I said, man, he's 18. What you got to put that kid where he's comfortable. You know what I mean? You got to put that kid where he's comfortable. So I don't know, man. I would have liked to see him stay out there in California, just because the thing is, I mean, Gooson's a good trainer and everything, and plus the sparring they get out in California.
Oh yeah,
you get a lot of like top-notch guys going out that way and out in the West. You can go. You got Vegas right there. You got, I mean, LA, and it's just better sparring, I think, than just staying on the East Coast. But I'm wondering, like, will he go? But he wasn't even going to camps. I mean, like, he went to that camp or whatever. Maybe they wanted him to relocate out there to work with him. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know, but I don't blame him. Again, he's got to go where he's comfortable. But it just makes you think back to like Ray Salim and how difficult what he did was. You know, he moved from Michigan and all the way out to Las Vegas where he didn't know a soul, had no family for thousands of miles. You know, he had just nobody, nothing. And he makes a run at it and he's champion. You know, and I think that's the thing. I think that you know, it works for some people and it doesn't work for others. But I mean, when you hear this and then you hear that, it's like, wow, you know.
Can I tell you something? Now, Vegas is a different story. That's where the Beeb thrives in Vegas. I love that.
Thrives.
I love that place, man. No pollen. It's hot, but it's a dry heat. No humidity.
You sound totally Boston right now. It's hot. There's no pollen. There's hot. There's coffee everywhere.
Everywhere you go, Boston. There's tons of honey dips and all shapes and sizes and varieties.
They're really, if you're a single guy, I mean, Jesus.
All right.
I mean,
you wake up and you wake up like at 4 o'clock in the morning and you can't go back to sleep. Guess what? The casino's open. I mean, how do you beat that place?
You can't beat that place.
You got the showgirls. You got Siegfried and Freud, whatever the hell they are.
They got eaten by tigers, dude.
You got the tiger out there.
They ate him. Didn't that one tiger eat Siegfried or Roy or whichever one it was?
There's still one of them left. But anyways, get back to what I was saying. Yeah.
I thought they both died.
The Mirage
Showdown. What's the matter with you?
The Mirage Buffet. I mean, you can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. Then there's gyms everywhere out there too, man. And then back to the honey dips. I mean, come on, you can't feel with the honey dips out there.
You can't mess with
laid
it.
Back
there. Mess with it.
They're laid back there. They're just a different mindset out there, man.
How much do you typically pay for one out there?
Please. Come on.
I'm just asking questions. I was trying to ask questions. I'm trying to see what a Beeb's at.
Oh, come on.
I'm just asking questions. Why can't I ask questions now?
Come on.
Can't ask questions, I guess. Beeb's on the private now.
Beeb's not paying when he goes down there. Come on. Maybe
he's not paying many girls. Maybe a couple. Maybe a couple of them. He's got a couple of mainstays. He's got a couple of mainstays.
All you gotta do is buy a couple drinks, maybe a dinner or two. That's it. That's it. That's it. Beeb rents a nice car when he goes down there.
A nice cow.
Nice car when he goes down there. You know how it is.
From Boston.
Buy some fresh suits when I go down there. G'd up from the feet up. You know how it is.
Suit up. When was the last time you were in Vegas?
Honestly, 2006.
Like 72 or
no, 2006. I'm gonna go back this year. It's been.
I'd like to go back. Yeah, I'd like to go back this
year. I haven't been there since 2006. I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to go a lot though. I used to, because I had a job when I used to work at Wild. I used to go work at Wild Oats every year. We had our convention there. I used to go every year.
Oh, that's cool.
I love it there.
Do you know? Says the Bunny Ranch. Let me get some of that Odom special.
Do you know on the strip, prostitution's illegal, but everywhere else in the state it's not. Isn't that the weirdest thing?
I did not know that, Beeb.
Yeah, it's illegal on the strip, but it's not in the rest of the state.
It's good that you know the rules down there. It's good that you know the rules, and you would know where to pick them up and everything like that.
Besides, that's like one of my second homes. That and Manchester.
Manchester. I forgot about your flat in Manchester.
My flat in Manchester, baby.
Wild Oats.
Yeah, you remember that company Wild Oats? They got bought out by Whole Foods, the health food store.
What'd you do there?
When I used to work at the Wild Oats,
Yeah,
I was a food service manager. I used to run the prepared.
That's what
foods.
I thought. Yeah, I knew you weren't like a cashier or something like that. I knew you were like, I knew the Beeb. I mean, he's got the industry. I mean,
I used to run the prepared foods department.
Very cool. I always wanted to go to that CES down there, man. That convention they got, that consumer electronics. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Been to Frankfurt too, but I don't think Frankfurt's better than Vegas. I'm sorry.
No, I haven't been to Frankfurt, and I can tell you it's not better than Vegas.
No, it's not better than Vegas. There's no way.
No. All right, DAZN. Joseph Parker versus Junior Fa. Joseph Parker wins a dull unanimous decision over Junior Fa by the scores of 119, 109, 115, 113, 117, 111. You know what? I didn't watch the fight. I'm glad I didn't watch it. Beeb, I don't know if you would. Did you watch it?
Joseph Parker is this typical 1-2 from the outside, and it's like
he's not improved.
It's just like one round is a carbon copy of the next, and then it just on and on and on and on.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's just something about this guy where there's just no killer instinct in him at all. You know,
No.
and you're in this. You know, even Chris Bird, who was a boxer. I mean, he would punch with bad intentions. He would.
Well, sure, yeah. And Parker's a big guy, and he's got a big punch. He's got power. It's not like he doesn't have power.
I mean, he just has no problems just coasted.
No.
The whole fight.
He has no problems turning on that autopilot, man.
One gear, one speed, one gear, and that's just the way it is. I don't know.
That's it.
I don't know if that's gonna be enough to beat these other guys.
It's not. I mean, I can tell you right now, it's not. You know, there's no way.
You know,
I mean, he's just, you know, again, you can't. It's almost like, you know, you watch him in there, and where are his managers? Where's his trainer at? Where, you know, the guys that handle him, they've got to tell him, like, and maybe they do, and maybe he just doesn't want to listen. Maybe he's like a Jermaine Taylor. He just doesn't want to listen, you know. But they got to be completely frustrated with it, you know, because this is not the kind of performance that's going to get you a high dollar payday.
I mean, but
or even going to get you in a conversation for it.
Well, the good thing is he's working with you know, Hearn, and Hearn just keeps getting them big fights. So good, you know, good for him. I mean, as long as he's getting the big fight, so we'll see what happens. But he just doesn't seem to win the big fights.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the other thing too.
Because you need
and again,
that
it's due to the way he fights.
Yeah, you need that little something extra once you get to that next level, and he just doesn't have it.
I think he's got it. I'll be honest with you, man. We've seen him fight. We know he's got power. He's got it. Listen, you don't get to that level, the Parker level. You don't get there if you don't have it. You know what I mean? He's got it. He's afraid to use it. He doesn't want to get knocked out, or maybe, I don't know.
It's the mindset. He just, I don't know. He just doesn't have that He just doesn't have that killer instinct.
And that's something you need, you know, and he possesses it because he clearly got to this level. It's just, I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, I think Billy Joe Saunders probably gets stopped in about 7 rounds.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people sleeping on him. All right, let's talk about the fight schedule next week. Not too much going on. March 4th in Puerto Rico. I think that's Friday. Serhiy Borachuk versus Brandon Adams. Brandon Adams, friend of the show. 10 rounds middleweights. That's a good fight. That's a solid fight. It's on the NBC Sports Network, wherever that is. Fernando Vargas Jr. is also on the undercard there. Did you hear? Let me ask you a question. Did you hear that Fernando Vargas Sr. is talking about coming back? Is that just all BS, or?
I haven't heard that at all. I really haven't, but
I mean, they got pictures of him training or whatever, and they said, you know, and I don't know if it was just tongue in cheek that he's coming back or what. I hope he's not coming back.
I'll tell you, he dropped a lot of weight. He does look physically. He does look good. He looks,
yeah, but I mean, what is he, 50?
Yeah, he's not. He can't come back.
No,
he can't.
No, he'll probably come back to try to fight De La Hoya or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you come back, you just fight guys that are like, you know, your age. Like, I have no problem with the seniors fighting on the senior tour. Just don't fight the young guys.
Like that Triller thing.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
No, because I think that, like you said, man, those fights aren't sanctioned. If anybody really gets hurt, it's not gonna, I mean, nobody's gonna let them get to that point where they're gonna get hurt,
Yeah, I haven't heard him saying he's gonna come back. But
yeah, Eric Corey says a speech is slurry. Yeah, I've heard him before. Yeah, and he doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What are you gonna do? I think that's. Oh no, we do have another card this weekend, Beeb. March 5th from Flint, Michigan, on pay-per-view. Claressa Shields versus Marie-Eve Dicaire. 10 rounds for the undisputed WBC, WBO, WBA, and IBF Junior Middleweight Championship. The co-main, Raquel Miller versus the dreaded TBA from Miller's WBA Interim Junior Middleweight. Are you see? They don't even have an opponent for her. Danielle Perkins versus Monica Harrison, 6 rounds heavyweights. Nadia McNauzy versus Samantha Pill, 8 rounds light heavyweights. Beeb, this is on pay-per-view. I know one person on that card. I actually know 2 people on that card because Holly Holm is going to be announcing it. The announcer is more well-known than any of the fighters on that card. That's true. Holly Holm is more popular than any one of the fighters on that card.
And that's because she went over to MMA.
That's right. She wasn't even popular as a boxer. Wasn't even popular. Beeb, this is on pay-per-view. I just looked it up for $29.95. Beeb, are you going to watch it?
Yes.
Are you going to buy it?
Yes.
Or are you going to buy the UFC, the Israel Adesanya fight? I think that's where I'm going.
Is that on next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll buy that. I can't.
Adesanya. And he's fighting at light heavyweight. Blachowicz, I guess it is.
I don't know.
That's going to be awesome. Adesanya's bad, boy.
I'm probably going to have to buy the female pay-per-view, man.
You're going to buy the female pay-per-view over the UFC pay-per-view?
I won't be able to sleep.
Adesanya? Really?
I won't be able to sleep if I don't buy this female pay-per-view.
For real?
I'll feel guilty.
I'm going to sleep fine.
I'll feel guilty.
I'm going to sleep fine. What's the over-under? Let me ask you a question. Buy rate on the Claressa Shields. Over-under 10 pay-per-view sales. Over-under 10.
I think...
Because if you're going to buy it, that may make 2.
I think 75,000 people will buy it.
Sorry. I'm going to buy it.
Is she looking at you?
Yeah, right through the glass window. I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to buy it for you, hon. Oh, that's cold-blooded, man.
I mean, see what it is, man. Everybody knows how you are.
I didn't do anything. All I said was I was going to save us money. I'm trying to save us money, Beeb, and this is what I get.
I'm going to buy it, man. I have to.
You're going to buy it?
I have to support the women.
You do in Vegas, don't you? Son,
slow down, buddy, please.
You could not pay me for this pay-per-view. They could have put this on regular TV. I still ain't watching it.
If I bought this for you, would you watch it?
No. No, I really wouldn't. I hate to lie because I'm watching that UFC one. But even if, let's take the UFC out of it. Even if the UFC wasn't on this weekend, would I watch the fight? No. If it was on regular TV, I might watch the main event. I might. They're not ready for this, man. They're just not.
Yeah.
I mean, I will definitely watch it. There's no question in my mind. And I want to buy it for you, hun. I'm going to buy it for my wife. That's not nice. That's really not nice. I think it's a great pay-per-view. Yeah, man. I tell you what, yeah, I just, like I said, man, if it was on regular TV, I might watch the main event. Might. But you don't know. Here's my whole thing with it. You don't know any of the fighters on that card. You did not make any effort to promote any of the fighters on that card. None.
Have you seen any advertisement for this?
No.
Anywhere? No.
There's been zero promotion. Who's promoting this thing?
Who's
For real? Who's promoting this thing?
Who's the pay-per-view distributor?
Maybe Fight TV, who aren't known for their great promotion, you know? So, I mean, I don't know.
So you have to buy it on the digital platform. You can't buy it on your TV.
No, you can buy it it'll be on pay-per-view. It'll be on the Canelo fight was on pay-per-view yesterday. Yeah. DirecTV had it. Yeah. It's a Salida promotion. Yeah, Salida promotion, because Salida promotes Claressa, and it will be on Fight TV. But I imagine it'll be on DirecTV somewhere as well. So
Fight TV,
other outlets,
they'll use Comcast and everybody else.
Yeah, I think so
to distribute it. Okay,
right.
I got you.
You know, but they've done zero to promote this. And, and I'm not talking about them plastering it all over TV. Why would I pay to see somebody I don't even know, like 6 other people I don't even know? 7 if you count the main event. Because I know Shields, I don't know who the other girl is. I've never heard of her. Why not showcase it? You know what? We'd be more apt to buy this if, say, you had Claressa Shields on there, and then you had who's that other cupcake we had on here, man? The one chick. You know who I'm talking about?
Christina Hammer.
Yeah. So you put her on there. What's wrong with you, man? Stop it. So you put her on there, and then you put you put another chick that we all know up there, something like that, and then you can even have them fighting squash matches or whatever, but to just put 8 people on there, 7 of which you don't know, and think you're going to sell this pay-per-view and that it's going to do great. Like, what are you thinking about?
I know. I don't understand. Now, you don't understand the Trilla move. I don't understand this move.
Well, at least the Trilla move, we can say, okay, if they go this route, I think it might work. If they go this route, I don't know.
There's no way this works.
No. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit, man.
When's that Ben Askren?
I want to say next month. April, maybe?
Because they're thinking about putting...
Maybe it's March. Well...
They were talking about putting Teofimo's fight on the undercard of that.
That would work.
Yeah. I heard that they're thinking about doing that.
Yeah. What? I said I was... Lisa's just like giving me like shooting razor blades at me through the glass here. What? Why am I an idiot? That was Beeb's term. Beeb said cupcake.
Never. I don't call them cupcakes. I call them honey dips.
I call them honey dips. I know. What's worse? He said honey dip.
I know. No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Only that's like a term of endearment when I'm like, for my significant other, I say honey dip, not to everyone else.
I don't know, man. Like I said, man, it to me, they just, if they would have put, like I said, Christina Hammer on there, and they would have put who's the welterweight, the one that just lost,
Cecilia Brækhus,
yeah, put her on there. I mean, if you want to showcase it. You know what I mean? Showcase it.
Well, but here's another thing.
Nobody's watching this, man.
Katie Taylor is
there you go.
She's like the face of women's boxing right now. She does very well.
Yeah.
So
and hey, call in a favor. Hey, we need you to help us.
She's very popular in Europe, Katie Taylor. And
let me tell you what, Claressa Shields is not popular, period. No. Here in Europe, across the pond, anywhere.
Katie Taylor is starting to pick up some steam.
Yeah.
She got a lot of people come out to see her a lot. She got a lot of fans.
Because they're promoting her.
Yeah. Eddie Hearn, I got to give Eddie Hearn credit. He's been hustling.
You got to follow that. You got to follow that pattern.
Eddie Hearn
Either Eddie Hearn or the UFC or whatever, if you want to promote women, that's the pattern you have to follow.
Yeah.
Because it's different. Nobody knows who they are. And this 2-minute round stuff, you got to get rid of it.
Got to get rid of it.
Got to get rid of it.
Doesn't
because
work.
you can't say, and I know who's the one, Sulam or whatever, or Bean or whatever that came on here talking about, well, it's 2 minutes. So she said, well, it's 2 minutes. And if I don't have to, if they want to pay me for 2 minutes, I'll, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I get you. I mean, I get it, but you're never going to be seen as an equal. Never. No. Who do I always say is the best fighter in the UFC? I always say, hands down, Amanda Nunes is the best fighter, period.
Yeah.
Not in the UFC, not in boxing, the best fighter, period.
Yeah.
She's taken out everybody.
Yep.
That is a mean lady right there. She is dangerous. I always say she is the best fighter, period. She can headline a pay-per-view. Claressa Shields, not so much. Claressa Shields, she's talking about going to MMA and everything like that. Listen, man, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know how long she's going to be able to last in MMA. Maybe she'll do great. Holly Holm did great. Who knows? But she will be more popular in MMA than she ever was in boxing because they'll promote her correctly. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But as far as will I watch the next fight, there ain't no way. No way. And it has to do with the quality of the pay-per-view. What was Gilberto Ramirez, his last fight was on pay-per-view. Did anybody watch that? Nobody watched it.
No.
So what are you going to do? All right, let's get to the news and rumors. Georgie says, anyone remember Biebs making 3 videos a week blasting Eddie for the last few years?
I've evolved.
I have too, Beeb. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I've evolved too. And I hope Lisa's listening to this. I've evolved.
I've evolved.
Absolutely.
I grow. I grow.
Yes.
As I get older, I grow mentally. I learn to see other points of view.
We grow as people, Beeb.
I adapt as the facts change, so does my opinions change.
Alternative facts.
When I get new information, things change, so do I change. I'm like, as Bruce Lee says, be like water. My friend. Be
like water.
You got to be like water, right?
Yes.
It's like, be like clay that you can mold yourself. Like you go to ceramics, how they mold those things out of that clay material.
I saw it on a movie.
Yeah. I used to go to ceramics when I was young. It's very, very stress relieving, very
cathartic.
Yeah. Feel like you get, it's a good experience.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
You're growing as a person. I like that.
That's right.
I like it.
Therapy.
Evolution is what it's all about here at Ringside Reporter.
Therapy is a good thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. News and rumors. Triller wins a Teofimo Camboso's purse bid. Triller bid a whopping $6 million.
We love it.
M with a million.
I love
$6
it.
million.
I'm so happy.
And outbid Top Rank and Matchroom to win the Teofimo Lopez George Cambosos fight. This means that the fight will take place on Triller. It is not known whether this will be the main event or co-main. We've heard conflicting stories on it. Now, we talked about this. We did a show on it. If you guys didn't catch the show we did on it, I guess it was on Friday. If you guys didn't catch the show, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when we're talking about new topics because you don't want to miss them. Because when me and Beeb do shows during the week, Beeb, you don't want to miss them, right?
No.
I mean, it's like, you're out of the loop then. What are you going to do? I mean, you don't get it, because we're putting out content, extreme content. Right, Beeb?
A lot of videos this month.
A lot of videos. I mean, you missing out. If you just joined us for the Sunday show, my gosh, you're missing out.
Missing out. A lot of good information. Some of those.
A lot is like an understatement. Yeah, tons.
Some of those spontaneous shows that just pop up. Great content.
Just like that. Great content.
Great content.
All right. So just to recap on that. So basically what happened was Triller picked it up for $6 million. I've got the good and the bad of this is it's great for the fighters. Kambosos is going to get about $2 million from this. That I think this is probably going to be his career high payday. And then Teofimo is going to get 3.9 million. I think we counted 3.9 million, but he's got to pay 700 of that to Top Rank, 700,000 of that to Top Rank. But
800,000.
Yeah, something like that. I guess you round it up, it's like 800,000. So, you know, I mean, but Triller, I think that, and that's all great. And so they're all going to, everybody's going to get a great payday out of this. It's great. But for Triller is a business move, bidding $6 million on this fight. Just to tell you, I would have Top Rank bid like 2.25. I think Matchroom bid 3.5 million, and then Triller bid 6 million. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We'll see what they do with it. I mean, I don't know that this can really stand as a main event. You better stack it. If you're going to have it as a main event, you better stack it. That's all I can say, because this is not going to fly as a main event. You know? And then again, in another Triller move, you got to promote the heck out of this fight. All right. You got to promote Teofimo and everything like that. You got to promote the heck out of this fight. And then you got to give Teofimo back because he's still under contract with Top Rank. So you got to give him back now as a bigger star, at a bigger star that he came in as. Especially if he goes in there and rolls through Kambosos like we expect he will. I mean, I don't know, man. You got to give him back now. So was it a good move? Business-wise for Triller? I don't know. I don't think so. Probably not. But for Teofimo and Kambosos and Top Rank, this couldn't have worked out better. This was perfect for him. And again, for Teofimo, gets that big payday. Kambosos gets a big payday. Yeah.
I still think this is a good move for Teofimo too, more so that people even realize it, because I think it's going to open him up to like a younger fan base. And I think, that younger fan base will definitely really take the Teofimo. I think they'll be able to resonate with him. And I think it'll only help but increase his profile without question.
Yeah. Beeb, you were talking about ceramics earlier. Did you and Lois reenact the scene from Ghost?
We've done it before a few times, yeah.
She's our HR girl.
Yeah, but I mean, it was off
And
duty.
she doesn't exist.
Off duty. Off duty,
Off duty.
We're not working, things. Yeah, you can be friendly outside of work, No rules against that. HR says we can do it.
Was she already blown up, or did you have to blow her back up, or how does that work?
Please.
I just want to know. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta,
She is a human being. She does not deserve to be denigrated like that.
She's made of plastic, Beeb.
Oh, she's not. Okay, maybe she has some enhancements, but she is not plastic. Okay, she's very self-conscious about that.
Well, she should be, because she deflates. I'm just saying, I mean.
No, it was top tier work that she had done. So don't say she deflates. That's incorrect. She paid
it like I see it.
She paid tens of thousands of dollars for some of that work.
How much did you pay for it?
Nothing, of course. Who do you think I am? I pay for anything.
Chop Corley will make his BKFC debut. DeMarcus Chop Corley will make his bare knuckle fighting championships. Jesus. So I'm sitting here doing the show. I can't be left alone. Even though I got my own office and everything like that, I can't be left alone. So I'm doing a text. Right across my computer screen comes up from Lisa. We'll talk later. So thanks a lot, Beeb. You really,
you just gotta stop degrading women. They're very important in our society. Behind every strong man is a very powerful woman. And you just got to accept that.
Oh my God. I'm going to keep this show going. So
women are the backbone of the family. You ever see that movie? Did you ever see that movie Big Mama's House when they had Sunday dinner? And Big Mama used to cook that big dinner for everybody.
That wasn't Big Mama's house.
No.
That wasn't the name of the movie.
It wasn't the name of the movie. But the character in that movie was called
Big Mama.
Big Mama.
And she used to cook the Sunday dinner.
She used to cook the Sunday dinner.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't say that was the name of the movie.
You did say that was the name of the movie.
No, I didn't.
I thought you did.
I forget what the name of that movie is. But I did say Big Mama used to cook that Sunday dinner, and everyone and the whole family and the nieces and nephews and the grandchildren used to come over, and they used to eat, and they used to have a big spread, and she held that family together. A woman.
Tone says, yeah, Eric's misogyny is not cool. Shut up. There's no misogyny here. What's the matter with you?
I mean, that was a great movie. I have to find out what the name of that movie is. I remember what is the name of that movie?
I don't know, but it was Vanessa Williams was in it.
Vanessa Williams was in it. Yeah. I forget the name of that movie, but they used to see the spread they had.
Didn't she used to call you back in the day?
Oh, she was beautiful, man. She's still beautiful.
She was all right, yeah.
No, she's still beautiful. She aged very well. She's a beautiful woman.
Not my kind of girl, but
you know who my favorite is? I like Halle Berry.
See, I can't get into Halle Berry. I don't know. I don't know what it is about her. I just can't get into her.
These are my two favorite women in Hollywood: Jennifer Aniston and Halle Berry. I love them both.
Jennifer Aniston, I just can't get into Halle Berry though.
Oh, I love Halle Berry. Oh, I love her. She's so beautiful.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I like.
A lot of people think so. I'm not. She doesn't do it for me though.
Come on, Harry, please.
I'm just saying.
Come on.
All right. Anyway, Chop's fighting in the BKFC. Who cares? All right. And also, too, Golden Boy signs Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez to a contract multi-fight deal with Golden Boy.
I was surprised to hear that.
I kind of was and was. I mean, he's a promoter, no?
Well, I was surprised that Top Rank just, they couldn't hold on to him.
Yeah. They let him go. They let him go. Because his last fight was on pay-per-view. That was him doing. That was his doing. He wasn't, Top Rank wasn't involved in that.
Topper, he
was undefeated. He's undefeated too. He's like 40-0.
And he's moving up to light heavyweight. I mean, he's a lot of potential.
Sure. He does. He has a lot of potential. He's a good fighter, former champion. I mean, he had never lost,
WBO super middleweight champion.
And they just dropped him. I don't know I don't know why.
I have to question where they're at right now, Top Rank, whether or not they want to stay in the game or not.
I don't know. But you question it, but then you look at the Teofimo situation. They just got paid almost $1 million for nothing. How smart business is that?
Nacho says Zurdo's wife was difficult to deal with, and Top Rank said we're out.
You talk about misogyny. If that's not a misogynist statement, I don't know what is.
Come on, Nacho. Stop talking about people.
Seriously, what is that, Nacho?
Don't blame the wife. Don't blame the wife for
He's on the line too. I think 805.
All right, stop taking shots at
805. You're live
at Zurdo's wife, please, Nacho.
Yeah, that's awful.
Steve, it's not a shot when
it's a complete shot.
Different reporters reported that the reason Top Rank couldn't deal with him is because his wife became his manager, and she was making these exorbitant demands every time he was supposed to fight.
Like what kind of demands?
They ended up letting him go.
Oh, babe, this. You know what? This bothers me.
Where did you get this from, Mike Carpenter?
No,
this misogyny at its finest is what this is.
And Lance Buckmeyer both reported it. They said that at one point, his wife became his manager and was negotiating with Top Rank every time as far as whenever fights would come up. And she was asking for ridiculous amounts of money for him to fight tune-ups. Like, they said that the very last time that Top Rank dealt with him, they were trying to give him another guy like Tommy Carpenter, and his wife was demanding they pay him $3 million. And Top Rank said, forget it. We're not paying you $3 million for you to fight a tune-up. And at that point, they just saw the writing was on the wall that his wife was just not going to be reasonable to deal with. So they just cut him loose. that was really the biggest reason why. You guys can go and listen on Steve Kim's podcast. He had a story about how ever since the wife took over, that's the biggest reason why Zurdo Ramirez's career has gone in the crapper. It's not him, it's his wife that basically made it difficult for them to deal with him. It was crazy. Like you heard them saying, like, you know, she started demanding like these outrageous, you know, financial demands, and Zurdo doesn't sell tickets. Like she almost made it sound like he was like Canelo, that he's out there selling out stadiums or something. And it's like, dude, he doesn't move that kind of tickets. So her financial demands for him fighting tune-ups was crazy. So Top Rank just said, okay, you know what? If you guys think you can do better, then we'll gladly release you from your contract. And that's what happened. It's not being misogynistic, Beef, it's fact.
Hey, Nacho, let's get down to brass tacks. Do you think my comments about the women's pay-per-view this weekend were out of line?
Not necessarily, Eric, but
not necessarily.
Not necessarily. What does that mean? Are you waffling here?
What does that mean?
He's
Not
waffling,
necessarily.
B.
No,
we got a waffler here.
He doesn't want to get canceled by the.
If you thought they were gonna, you just asked Beeb if you thought it was gonna sell over under 10 pay-per-views.
That wasn't.
You knew that was gonna bring out
10,000. I didn't mean 10.
Come on.
I meant 10,000. I thought you guys knew what I meant.
10. I didn't hear 10,000.
That's what I was saying. I mean, my mic probably 10, cut off is what happened. I didn't mean like 8 or 9. Okay. I meant like my mic probably cut off.
Now you want to blame the mic, huh?
There's equipment in here. You know how it is.
They
go the cheap route.
Okay.
I never hear you talk about a male.
Look at you backpedaling like Pac-Man Jones, Eric.
The cops, man, you know how they are. You know.
That's right. That's right. That's right. The movie was called Soul Food. The movie was called Soul Food.
That was good. That was pretty good.
Thank you, Wood. Thank you, Wood. I love that movie. Thank you so much, Wood. That's right.
Thank you, Dwayne M. Dwayne M., the only one with some sense around here, says you weren't wrong. The pay-per-view stinks. It just so happens that women are on it. You're innocent. Thank you.
But you would never, you never put down a male pay-per-view.
Dwayne M. is the new caller of the year. That's it.
But you never put down a male pay-per-view.
What's that? I never put. Are you serious? Did you not hear this whole podcast where I was putting down everybody? All the cards. Every one of them.
But not as bad as you do with the females.
Oh, give me a break.
You really lay into the females.
Well, that's because I knew who was on the male cards.
Come on, please.
Nacho, what did you think of Canelo this weekend?
What everyone else thought, that Yildirim was a punching bag who was there basically as a sparring partner, and that's what happened.
Come on, show him some
he didn't show us anything different.
Wow.
You know? Oh, come on, Eric.
That's
he got
rough,
whacked.
man. That's a little harsh. I think that's a little harsh. Beeb, don't you think that's a little harsh?
I mean, the guy just went through
Jesus.
The guy just went through a rough 8-week training camp.
Got a family, Nacho.
He did his best, trying to put food on the table. He's in a pandemic.
Come on, man.
You don't even know whether he's going to fight again or not. And you're taking
no idea.
And you're already taking shots at this guy.
No idea.
I mean, do you have any compassion for human
He'll
beings?
Be back.
Oh, that's terrible.
Do you have any compassion?
He's not 49. He's 29. Wow. He'll be back.
It's rough, man.
He'll be back. Relax, babe. His career is not over.
It's a pandemic, and you want to condemn this guy.
If anything, the guy's...
You just took a beating. Why don't you just roll over his grave already?
If anything, the guy that you guys should be giving a lot of credit to is Jerry Forrest. My God.
Oh, that was a great. That was awesome. That fight. I saw.
The guy that fought the Chinese guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Zing, or what was it? Wally Zhang or whatever.
That's a fighter right there. Yeah. Now
was that fight really a draw? Was that fight really? He got knocked down like 3 different times. Was that fight really a draw?
He got knocked down twice, but he came on.
Fight. I heard it was 3 times.
He came back. Yeah, he dropped him 3 times, but he came back, Eric. He basically took over the second half of that fight. Zhang had nothing left. He got
he almost knocked him out in the last round. Yeah. He almost knocked him out. And plus a point got taken away.
He hurt him a couple of times.
You know how difficult it is to get knocked down 3 times, and you know what I mean, and try to win a decision.
But then they took a point
even to
away.
Make it close.
They took a point away for holding
in the 9th, right? It was like in the 9th they took a point away.
So he got a break.
Yeah, the 9th round.
Wow. That's crazy,
Yeah.
man. He was undefeated too. He was like 22-0 or something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a good fight. He came
yeah.
back. He came back for us. What heart he had.
Yeah.
And they even said before the fight that he's a live underdog.
Aaron Daly said he lost money on Zhang.
So yeah, I mean that fight was awesome compared to the snoozer that was Joseph Parker and Junior Fa.
Wow.
Oh my God! Talk about if you ever have trouble going to sleep, just put that fight on and you can go to sleep.
Oh, look at Nacho just bashing everybody tonight, man. That's cold-blooded, man. I mean, the guys tried their best out there. You know what I mean? They're putting it all on the line. You sitting there watching them and just downing them every chance you get, Nacho. That's cold, man.
Please, Nacho.
Come on.
Yeah.
I pay to see entertainment. I pay to be entertained, Eric.
Wow. Nacho's the kind of guy that goes to the gladiator arena
grapple and
like puts the thumbs down so the guy gets his head cut off or whatever. Entertain me. It's cold-blooded, man.
So
that DAZN card wasn't too bad.
Watch.
That DAZN card wasn't too bad.
Which one? The Canelo one?
Yeah, it was okay.
Come on, son.
That Forrest fight was good.
Wood said never bet on a boxer named Zhang. Sean said he had 4. He said that Forrest could pull the upset. He was right, man. He was right. You think they'll rematch?
Yeah, he almost did.
You think they'll rematch though?
Did.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Nah,
Maybe says he lives.
They should give him a rematch, but I don't know if Zhang's team will sign up for that again. Because I think they thought Forrest was going to be an easy walk in the park. So yeah, I doubt it. I doubt he gets another shot at him. I'd be very surprised if they gave him a rematch. And then just real quick, you guys were talking about the whole Triller thing.
Yeah,
they reported that they got Prograis and Red Catch to sign up to fight each other on their platform. So who knows?
I don't know if that's going to help, man. I mean, again, you're talking about a pay-per-view here, son. You're talking about a pay-per-view here that's got to sell quite a bit.
Prograis is on the Ben Askren undercard. Jake Paul, that fight is definitely on the Jake Paul undercard.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to try to put it with the Teofimo fight.
Well, Teofimo, Teofimo, they may have Teofimo's fight in that fight on the Jake Paul undercard, which I think would be a smart move.
I think that's the move. I think that's the move.
They've been reporting that the Teofimo fight is going to be on a pay-per-view by itself in May.
I'm hearing both.
So,
I'm
hearing both too. Yeah, I'm hearing both too. They're going to have a hard time selling that fight.
I'm hearing both, and you know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Teofimo's probably requesting that, but I think they'll end up talking him out of it.
Yeah, you want to get, I mean, I'm sure he's getting some kind of back end money.
If they want to get paid back,
I don't know.
If they want to make the $6 million they spend back, they better put that on a stat card because fight by itself ain't going to sell.
Teofimo got nothing to say about it. I mean, he really doesn't. He doesn't have anything to say about it.
They could put him on any card they want.
He could request whatever he wants. They could put him as a curtain jerker on the opening thing. They already paid him. Yeah. You're getting paid, son.
They won the purse bid. They control the promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying he's not in their ear. I'm just saying I'm not saying he's not. He's probably in their ear and stuff, but at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do.
He got nothing to say about it, man.
Yeah,
he got nothing going on.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, Nacho, we're going to get running,
and then
man.
Real quick on the.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Finish up. Guys, I just wanted to bring up your boy Vito Melnicki and then
Friend of the show.
Jesus Ramos. Those guys were the best fights on the PBC card last night because that main event,
it's terrible.
When are they going to stop giving Anthony Durrell main events? Like that dude, you can see he's done.
That blows my mind. The fact that he was main event. The fact that they put him on the main event on Fox, on like national TV, Fox, that was what you came up with, son? Come on, man. That's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And he almost lost that fight. He should have lost, but he was lucky they gave him the draw.
Yeah.
But,
It was close.
I thought he would. I didn't score, but just watching the fight, I thought he should have probably got the nod, but it wouldn't have bothered me either way. I mean, the fight was, I wasn't that really invested in the fight because it sucked, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it was tough to watch for sure. Cool.
All right, Nacho.
Guys, I'll talk to you guys.
All right, man. Yeah, JC brought up a real cool point too. He said Frank Mir versus Antonio Tarver. That's going to be on one of those Triller cards or whatever. Frank Mir, for those of you who don't know, is a former UFC heavyweight champion, solid boxer. I mean, he really is. He's a good boxer, and he had really good hands in the UFC. But Antonio Tarver.
The only thing he's got going for him is he's a lot younger than Tarver.
That's about it. That's all he's got going for him.
Yeah.
And he may be stronger, but it's not going to translate. You know what I mean? Outlaw says he's a terrible striker. No, I think he was a fairly good. No, he was a good striker. He really developed a good boxing toward the latter of his career. I mean, I thought he was pretty good. He's got good. But don't get me wrong. I wouldn't put him in there with like a guy like Tarver. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's I don't know what undercard that's going on, but I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah, Mir Tarver, bare knuckle. Yeah, on the bare knuckle fights. Yeah, a lot of former boxers are going to the bare knuckle thing. I'm telling you, it's a different sport. I can't stress this enough. Everybody thinks, oh no, it's the same thing. It's completely different, son. You have no idea.
I knew Paulie was going to break his hand. I knew it when he broke his hand like in the second round, bro.
Well, remember when we had Bobby Gunn on here and he was explaining the differences to us?
Yeah.
And it's different because the way you punch, the way you turn over your punches, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not, it's a different thing.
He says when you have the glove on, you're trying to punch through your opponent, but when you don't have the glove on, you can't punch like that or you're going to break your hand.
Yeah.
He said you almost got to, like, when you throw your punch, you almost got to pull back a little bit and don't go all the way through because you got to snap, like you really got to boom and pull it back quick or you're going to break your hand.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's a different animal. And it just because you box doesn't mean you can go out there and do it. I mean, Paulie was perfect. I mean, that was a perfect thing with Paulie because we knew Paulie could still box a little bit. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have put him in there with a champion, at that stage. But I mean, honestly, I thought he was good enough to go over there and give some problems. No, I mean, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect what I saw. I wouldn't have bet on him to lose. Put it that way.
I thought he won, but it was too close for comfort, man. You could see that it could have gone either way, but I
could have gone either way, man. Yeah, it could have gone either way.
But I thought he won. But I had him winning like 3 rounds to 2. So it
wasn't a blowout. It wasn't like 5-0, 4-1.
It wasn't a clear victory.
Yeah,
that's got to be embarrassing though. Like you being a boxer and losing to a guy like Lobov, and Lobov's wasn't really a striker. Wasn't he more of a wrestler in the UFC?
Oh yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, I mean he's an MMA guy, so yeah, he's
So
Wood says I got experience in bare knuckles, totally different than boxing. You think that was like out in front of the grocery store or something like that? Like
someone cutting you in line, and shit. You just friggin'
and things popped off in line.
Popped off, man.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it here, man. As always, you can catch Joe Habib on Twitter at jhabib1 and find our YouTube channel at ringsidereporterlive.com. You can find me on Twitter at ringside73, and we will see you guys next week.